computer. There we go. Hi, everyone, and welcome to At Home with Cynthia Maria. I think we might be looking at changing our nights that we do the show. And I say nights because I'm inspired. Some night we're going to be live and you'll be able to respond.
Yeah,
That'd be so cool. So Maria's in the
be.
tropics. She's out on vacation. Love it. Because where she's at is like, oh my God, 70s, mid 80s. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. I'm so jealous.
It's so hot. It's so hot.
I'm just jealous. And
I'm jealous too.
Here we've got probably 4 foot of snow, 5 foot of snow. Yeah, we look forward to above zero. So it's not too bad out right now. It's probably about 3 or something like that. So,
it's still very pretty where you are. Don't.
Oh, like, it is. It was beautiful this morning.
She's on many acres. My property is like a tiny corner of her property. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She's got her own little trails she can go into. Her own little tents that she can hide out in. It's very peaceful.
It's peaceful. So yeah, this morning it was beautiful, beautiful out. It was 3 degrees this morning when I got up, and a frost had landed on the trees. So it was like this beautiful winter wonderland this morning.
Do you guys ever take you and your significant other ever take like walks down the trails, or do you have actual trails?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jim's worked very, very hard on them, and they're really nicely established. Beautiful. We've had the trail cams out, and deer come out, and we've got one section where they come and they feast on the grass. So yeah, it's taken a lot of years, but they're established. And
I know that because I know people have. I actually love watching. Well, I haven't in a couple of years, I have to say. I haven't probably in about 3 years watched Little People. But I used to like watching Little People LA or Little Women LA.
Mm-hmm.
And then I haven't seen that in like 4 years. I don't even know if it's on.
I don't know.
Then I don't know. But they have Little People Big World, and they have a farm. And every year they do Little People Big World. Yeah, I think that's what it is. And every year, and I just see it sometimes like on YouTube videos and stuff. I see stuff pop up, and they do a pumpkin patch, kind of like for people to come and pay them to go, and they travel on whatever it is, those little cars that take them around the pumpkin patches, and people can pick their own pumpkins. Would you ever do like a hiking trail, not for pumpkins, but like have like people come and pay you to walk your trails or jog your trails or something like that?
Well, we've thought about that. That would, we'd have to, people would have to enter at their own risk.
Well, yeah. You know what? It's just like a state park or something, but you can have them sign a waiver,
a disclaimer.
Saying,
Yep. Absolutely. The thought has been there. So, it's
Cynthia says that enter at your own risk, because not that she's dangerous.
although you don't know.
You don't know. Yeah. Listen, the woman knows how to hold a rifle. Okay. Don't screw with Cynthia.
That's right. I'm known as.
But wait a second. In all fairness, though, Cynthia is like the sweetest person. Listen, you go to the grocery store, you buy your meats, somebody else is killing that animal. Okay. So she does her own hunting and stuff, but she's got bears, coyote, wolves on the property. So when she says enter at your own risk, you have to understand you're going where there are a lot of wild animals, and you know,
Yes.
that's, yeah, it's a risk you
Yep.
take.
It's like taking a walk in Alaska, but you don't have the Alaska scenery.
Right. But you know what? In all fairness, when you go into a state park
Mm-hmm.
and you're on a trail in a state park,
Mm-hmm.
you've got bears there. You have coyote there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's, you know,
And Bigfoot has been spotted up in this area.
do you
Not
believe
right
in
where,
Bigfoot?
oh, I do totally.
Seriously.
We haven't seen him here in this area, but up around the Duluth area and Grand Marais up in that area, that's huge wilderness up there. So yeah, it even made TV.
You know, and you know what? I think years ago, I saw a program. I don't want to talk about it because I watched about a second of it, but it was a program on Bigfoot. And they were talking about how many sightings there were, which I can't remember.
Mhm.
But so let's see, Bigfoot. But I think years ago when I was little, I think people, I guess, in New York, from where I was, you know, they're suburban people, you know, like, oh, you know, like they don't believe in much. But
Mhm.
I think a lot of people poo-pooed it. And now they're saying that there's a lot more evidence. Here's my confusion. Bigfoot, is he supposed to be like half human, half wolf, or whatever he is, or what is he?
Bigfoot is a humanoid. Um,
Sasquatch is his
yeah,
other name.
Sasquatch. Yeah, so
He's ape-like creature
yeah,
said to inhabit forests of North America.
yep.
But he stands
There's
up
a
like us,
lot of
right?
yeah,
He's like
there's a
upright.
lot of sightings in Washington. Lot of sightings there. You can find on YouTube. Go to
When you say,
YouTube and check it out. Just type in videos of Sasquatch or Bigfoot,
right.
and you'll just get a pile of them.
And when you say there's a lot of sightings, it's not in like public areas. It's mostly in like wooded areas, state parks, stuff like that.
No, a lot of it's off trail. I think, yeah, people have seen them in parks. They leave apples out for him, or they'll find an area where they feel he's been in, and they'll put trail cams and they'll put apples up way
I
up
was
high.
watching that. See, for me, if I knew Bigfoot was like around and I really had this feeling like this creature existed, and I go back and forth, I'm like, that I know that there are sightings, but I still don't know. I'm not like 100% convinced.
Mhm.
So, but if I was 100% convinced, I wouldn't be leaving him a trail of food. I wouldn't be like, here, Bigfoot, come to my door. Let's
Well,
have a visit.
you know,
like,
if I'm Bigfoot, I'm like, I'm deciding, do I want to come out and show myself and bring my family and friends and relatives out here and show all these dumb people, yes, ooh, I exist, so they'll leave me the hell alone? Or do I move farther up the mountains and just disappear, and they'll leave me alone?
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe.
it feels like if I'm Bigfoot, I feel like I'm getting crowded out. So that could also represent another reason why Sasquatch is becoming more, seen more frequently. Absolutely.
Oh, wait a second. It's the same with the wild animals. We have so many deer
Right.
here.
Mhm.
I had some woods in my last home behind me. Over here, even though there are a lot of trees around this area,
Mhm.
it's really developed. So we have
mhm.
18 homes in here. There are a lot, everybody has a lot of trees of their own, but there's no real woods for these animals to go in. So
Mhm.
the other day, it was not a fox, because I know we have the little red foxes around here. It looked like a wolf. I mean, even my son said it. He was like, that's a wolf. That's
Mm.
not a fox. It looked like a wolf. And he roams around. I've seen him. He's this gray, not a dog, not a dog, not a fox.
You
Has to
should
be a
put out
wolf
a
or
trail
something.
cam.
Right. I've seen him roam around like at night, which
Mhm.
puts me in fear for my dogs. Now I'm
Absolutely.
gonna have the gates like in the front fixed, so we'll be able to close them. But I don't let my dogs out of my sight too much at night.
Mhm.
My one likes to leave the property at night for some reason, more so, Max, and that kind of scares me because he's like
Mhm.
Max is like, I wouldn't call him maybe a lazy dog. He likes to like lay around and just like
Yeah.
be cuddled, and he likes his morning hugs, but he's not as active during the day. At night, this dog gets its second wind. I put him outside, and I'm like, Max, don't you leave the property. And he's like, "Look," like he's like lightning off the property.
Yeah.
So, I'm like very aware of that now, especially with this thing out there.
Yeah.
But how likely, because you live in more of a wooded, kind of secluded area, how likely is it that if your dogs are out, that a wolf or foxes will approach the dog
Uh,
if they're healthy? I'm not talking about with rabies or anything like that.
um, well, we had one come in the backyard uh, after one of our little dogs at about 4:30 in the morning, a big timber wolf. They are a big animal, a big
Right.
animal. And it was a black wolf. It cleared a 5-foot fence when it left the yard, and it was not afraid of me. It was not afraid that I was out
Did it
there.
get the dog?
No,
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 thank God.
nope. It was really late or really early, however you want to look at it. I was sleeping, and then Tashia wanted out, so I let her out. I went potty. I came out. I'm looking out the window. I'm going, what the hell is that? And I went and looked out this other one. We have two windows side by one's in the bathroom, one's by the laundry. And I look out the other window. I'm going, what the is that?
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I'm going, in my mind, I'm going, that's a big freaking dog coming after Tashia. So I went outside. I think I was too tired to be afraid
Yeah.
because I had no fear. You should always be afraid. Yeah, not too bad afraid, but because animals can smell that. When a wolf approaches you, because usually there's going to be more if they're in a pack. But we have a lone wolf. Actually, the wolf has a mate, so there's the two of them. But we have heard the pack just across the road from time to time. They travel this area. And I got out there and I walked down the end of the ramp. And this thing doesn't move. He's like at a stance, he's like you see a dog and he's like excited. He's going to jump on something. That's what was going on. He was just so focused on getting that little dog. And so she wasn't moving, man. She was like a post. She was just standing there still, horrified. Oh my God. And so she was about probably 2 feet from me. And it was like a triangle. I'm here. He was about 6 foot from me. He was right. I mean, just right there by her, and very big. His ears were real pointed, like, in that excited mode. I don't think if I hadn't gotten there when I did, we
Oh,
wouldn't. She'd have been
definitely, it
gone.
would have grabbed the dog.
Just like
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
When my kids were in grade school, one of the mothers who's on my Facebook, so I'm not going to mention her name, but her little puppy, she had a little white puppy at the time, and I didn't even hear it from her, and I know her, through the kids and everything. Her kids came to my parties. My one of my sons was very good friends, like best friends with her son when they were little. So, but she had this little white dog, and it was on her property. One of the other mothers told me, and an osprey, which Long Island has so many of them, which are huge.
They're a big bird. Yep.
I mean, they're huge. They're huge.
Yeah.
Dove down, grabbed the puppy, and flew off with it.
Oh.
And at that point, there's nothing you can do.
No.
That dog probably died a very painful, horrible death, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And you think, I mean, you assume you're living in but on Long Island, I mean, they nest everywhere. You see them up in the trees. They're huge birds. I don't even know how that happens, but
they have they limit them
sad.
up here in closer to town. Any direction you drive out of town, you're in the woods. And
I have a cold, guys, so I'm just gonna I think I have a cold. I'm sniffling all day. Go ahead.
So you probably do have a cold. Osprey, we used to have nest. They like to nest in the telephone poles, top of the poles. We have a lot of eagle, not a pile of them, but we have quite a few eagles. We have a big eagle that we have a huge white pine out front, and the eagle likes to roost up there. Up there, he can see everything around. It's like above the trees. So it's just really awesome. But they went and tore their nest down, the osprey's nest down, and found collars from cats and dogs. And, people would call in and complain. So they tore the nest down. So the osprey will find a different place to nest. And so they leave the osprey alone. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, and I don't know. I'm asking you, like, everything about, animals, but I'm just curious because would an osprey ever go after a young child?
Oh, no, they're not that big. They're a big bird. They're not as big as an eagle. An eagle is bigger than an osprey. But now there have been eagles that have gone after small children, but I don't think an osprey would be able to pick one up. Yeah.
I always thought they were bigger than the eagle. They're actually smaller.
They're not as big as the eagle, but they are a big bird.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't see them being big enough to. They might go after a baby.
I don't like ospreys.
They'd go after you if you tried to get to the nest.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them.
A lot of people don't like them big birds around their
Oh,
homes
I don't like them.
or the
Not, like,
farms. You
not at
know,
all.
they'll take your chickens and your ducks and, you know.
Mhm. I'm sure. So on to some other stuff.
Okay.
What are you thinking about what's going on with Biden?
Oh my God. What's going on with Biden?
I got opinions. But what you got?
I tell you, first I want to give a shout out to, um, that
What?
that duo that did that podcast, um, Diamond and do you know who I'm talking about? The two women. Oh, doggone it. Diamond passed away, so I want to say our prayers are with her and her family, and such a huge loss. So prayers go out to Diamond's family and friends. She was very young. I think she was like 51 or 52 years old. Beautiful, beautiful woman, and just a
Oh
really
my
good show.
God, I just read it. Diamond pro-Trump commentator wasn't sick before death. She wasn't even sick
Yeah,
before she died.
yeah,
You know, this is my opinion, and I'm not trying to scare anybody from, everybody has to take vaccines as they want. You know, if I want to give my kids vaccines, I'm going to give them to them if I think as a parent it's the best thing for them.
yeah,
There's two types of a thought process going on. One is you're going to die if you don't have the vaccine. You're going to die if you just have the vaccine and you don't have all of the booster shots. The other is, and I've got two boys who are so anti the shot, and they beg me not to take it, is if you take it, it has been shown to have to give young boys, especially for some reason on males, teenagers,
myocarditis or something like
heart
that.
problems. I
Yep.
know my mom was feeling a certain way, and I'm not going to get into it after she took the shot, because both my parents are vaccinated. I'm not. I don't want to be. I've had COVID twice. It was no big deal for me. I know people who have had the vaccine and have been so much worse than I did when I had it. But go to your doctor, do as you please, because you know I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a nurse.
Yeah.
I'm not here to tell you whether you should take it or not. For myself, I've chosen not to.
Yep. Oh, and sorry to interrupt. Just
No.
remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell.
We didn't do our
and give us a
dance.
ring.
Yeah, and hit that notification bell. So what you
Yes.
do is you'll see a
Ding,
little
ding,
bell,
ding,
you hit it,
ding, ding, ding,
and
ding,
then the
ding,
little screen will pop up,
Yep.
and it'll have the little notification bell there, and
That's
then
right.
you hit that again. So, you know, just because, why not? Why not listen to us girls?
Yeah. Right.
No, you
That's
might
right.
not always agree with us.
And it's all
I
good.
have been in a very Jesus mood. I have to tell you, no, I'm not a born again or anything like that. And there's nothing wrong with born agains. I had friends who were born agains. But
Quit
I
defending.
have to tell you,
Quit defending yourself.
I know. But I've been in a very prayerful mood. And
Good.
and so
Awesome.
this is and I have to tell you, and a lot of people don't know this about me, but I have always, since I was a baby, you know, like since I can remember talking, always talked to God. Like I've always felt very close to God. Didn't always do the right thing. That's very different. Okay, so don't judge. Like people are going, you weren't perfect. No, I wasn't. Okay. But to you guys who are doing that, but I have, and God knows it, so that's good. But I've been like praying almost like all day long today, right? So I'm doing my room, I'm talking, and I talk out loud. So people are probably like, thank God for phones today, because people aren't going to think I'm crazy. They'll just think I'm talking on my phone. But I've been in a real prayerful mood, and I've been putting a lot of stuff on like Facebook, all my little prayers and stuff, what's like helping me, right? But you know, I think it's actually done something to my endorphins.
Good.
Because I've been praying a lot more today, and I find I've been in a more giddy, kind of like good mood today.
Yeah. Good. That's perfect.
Cynthia's like, yeah, we went from bears and wolves to us. You being a Jesus lover. But what I'm saying is, listen, you know, it doesn't matter. Just, I think just believing in something and has kind of like, it put me, you know, I've had days where like, you know, I might have spent like 2 seconds talking to God, but not like throughout the day. And today it's been like consistent all day long. And all of a sudden I'm like really giddy. I'm like, okay. So I don't know. What do you think about that? Oh, she has to bring on her cute dog, right? To outdo my little whatever is going on in my very happy head.
Lucy Loo-hoo. Little Hootie.
Lucy Hootie. Unfortunately, Cynthia just lost her other dog, so her dogs are in mourning right now.
Yeah.
She lost Toshiba.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Lucy.
Yep. Lucy who? Spoiled rotten
Lucy
dog.
who?
Likes to beat up the cat.
But what do you think like about the Biden thing now? Forget about my happy mood. Who cares about that, right? Let's talk about Biden. He had a box of
what was it?
Of
confidential
of classified information, right?
Yep.
Now he hasn't been a vice president for some time. That was from the Obama administration, that classified stuff.
Right.
No, that's when it was from, right?
Yep.
That what they found.
Yep.
And he took it and had it in his Corvette. In his Corvette? Was it in the
it
garage.
wasn't beside his Corvette. It was in. Oh, okay. See, I hadn't caught
inside
that
the
part
Corvette.
yet.
That's what I heard.
They had said,
I might be wrong on it, but whatever. It was in the garage in a car.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Here's the thing. Well, the problem I have with this is, okay, he was vice president. Yeah, he might have had it. He's sitting there and saying, oh, but Trump had hundreds more.
Okay.
Yeah. First of all, I'm sure, and if we went into, and I'm not going to say the name of the president because everybody will come up against me, but any other president or the president that he was serving, his garage, I'm sure that there's some classified information in his house if they really go through it. Because each president, vice president, usually they take stuff with them, right? If they're looking things over or whatever, and they leave them there. It really should be at the end of your administration, you bring them back to the White House and they're filed there. They don't stay in your private residence. But here they are. And so what the Democrats, I feel, in my opinion, are doing is they're now, instead of having the deep conversations of, yeah, look at him, that's wrong, we need to investigate, they're talking about Trump and how much more classified information he had at Mar-a-Lago. Here's the thing, though. He was under investigation by the FBI, and they found nothing to impeach him. But now, because of Biden, they're looking to impeach the guy again.
Yeah.
Again, they're looking into it. And they're saying, well, let's look into now. Oh, he wrote checks to I guess for tuitions for schools and some things in his business that he didn't show or whatever. Okay, well, why don't you go in Obama's, Clinton's? Oh, by the way, all the money, the millions of dollars the Clinton Foundation made. Where did all that money come from?
That's right.
Why don't we talk about that? Or how about the emails that Hillary Clinton just suddenly erased.
Yeah, 30,000.
Oh,
Is
how
it
about that?
30,000
Why
or
don't we discuss
3,000?
that, Democrats?
Might
Come
be
on, join in on the
3,000.
fun.
I might be wrong. You're gonna have to check me out on that. Do a fact check. Was
Yeah.
it 30,000 or 33,000 or 30,000 or 3,000? Let's check that out. Ta-da, technology. Woo. Okay. Let's see. Did Hillary
Um,
Clinton
33,000.
33,000? Okay, so I was close.
So third ABC News, by the way, if you want to know my source,
Yeah,
33,000.
yeah.
I mean,
Torched him.
I want to
She
say
didn't-
that again
and she didn't.
for all the
Yeah.
diehard Democrats. And a lot of my friends are Democrats, okay? 33,000. Stop talking about freaking Trump and look at your own,
Yep.
okay? And Big Mouth over there is getting her own talk show. You know who. And by the way, we love women, and we will have this time, I'm just going to interrupt 1 second. We're going to have the suicide hotline down there. We will I'll also give Cynthia the numbers to put on for women, abused women's, the statewide numbers, and abused people, because if you're a man, you know, call into, obviously. And so we'll have all those hotlines down there. But getting back to Big Mouth, you know who she is. What's her name?
Is it Nancy?
Nancy.
I know. I heard about that, and I'm like, I completely put that out of my brain immediately, because I'm thinking,
no, because I'm going to watch the talk show. You know why? Because we're going to talk about it.
Okay, you watch it, and then you can tell me about it.
And we'll talk.
Yeah, tell me about it. I cannot imagine, and I watch a lot of TV. I watch Glenn Beck podcast is just so good. He is so good. And who else? Oh, there's he is he's great. He's a black guy, and he introduces himself as that. Oh, doggone it. Let me look at this thing here. He's amazing too. And this guy talks about, let me find my subscriptions. News. Where's my I can't think of what he's what he calls his news thing. Let me find out quick, because he's really worth listening to. Are you out there? What is that guy, that black guy that does the news on YouTube? The Black Patriot.
The Black Patriot. Okay.
Yeah. Let me look him up. Black Patriot. The Black Patriot.
By the way, Diamond and Silk were the ones who are very pro-Trump, African-American women. Very, very bright, hilarious duo. And they've been on the news, Fox News, and I'm sure CNN doesn't want them, but they were really a great duo. It's we're going to give condolences to Diamond's family, and also Elvis Presley's daughter, who passed yesterday.
We saw. Jim was telling me about that.
That's you know, and anybody who's lost.
And they were both young women, very young women. You know,
54 years old, and for not Priscilla. I'm sorry. For oh my God, Elvis's daughter's name.
Priscilla.
No, that's the wife.
Oh. Well, then I couldn't tell you. I've
Oh my
always,
God.
I've always heard of Priscilla Presley.
No,
but,
Priscilla is the wife,
okay.
and oh, his
So
daughter, I love her. I can't think
it
of her
is
name now.
the Black Conservative Patriot on YouTube, and go check him out. He is amazing. He's wonderful.
Lisa Marie.
Lisa Marie. Okay.
So condolences.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
tell me
That's
about.
just, oh, so sad.
It's really sad. It's
Yeah.
really sad.
Yeah.
It's and Elvis died close, I don't around the same age, maybe a little older. And
Yeah, he was
the
in his
difference
50s.
between them is she had cardiac arrest, or she, which is really sad. So did he, but he was on drugs. She wasn't.
Yeah.
And so everybody's comparing her death to his, but it was quite different.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah,
it really was.
It doesn't
And
feel the same.
It's horrible for
Yeah.
her mother, for everybody.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And for Diamond and her family.
Yep.
Our condolences.
Yep. She will be missed. She was just such a wonderful person. The times that I'd seen their show.
You know what?
Really, really fun.
She had such a great sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was very pro-Trump, but it was like such if you ever watch her YouTube videos or watch them on any kind of like Fox News interviews and stuff, she had both of them had a sense of humor when it came to the politics. There was nothing nasty about them. When people usually, I can be harsh. I'll be the first to admit it. I can be really harsh on the other side sometimes. And sometimes, like now, I'm gonna try to take a better approach to it on a more humorous side, because the way that she did it, it was just such an easy way of the way that she explained why she took a certain side was in a very humorous way, and it just made it for easy listening and easy understanding. And people really don't want to hear people who are angry, so I'll try not to be so angry. But you know what? When I am angry, I do it with a smile. So
I've been working very hard on that part of myself.
I smile when I'm angry.
Been working very hard on that part of myself. So
yeah, me too.
I've been containing. I've been good containing.
What does he call himself? The black what?
The Black Conservative.
Oh,
let me be more.
I should have known. Sorry.
It's all right. Let's see. Black Conservative Patriot.
Okay.
And he's just an awesome person. Lucy, hold on. Got a fight gonna be coming up here pretty soon. Lucy is giving the cat lip because the cat wants to come over. And
I'm going to give you some fun facts about the Black Conservative Patriot.
Oh,
and hello,
okay.
Lucy.
There's a Hootie.
Hootie.
Oh, Dad, Hootie.
Okay, here I go. So some fun facts about him is he was born in Harlem, New York City.
Mm-hmm.
He's Black and Latino.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, obviously he's a conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. He has an Instagram if you want to follow him on it. Let's get some quotes from him.
Okay.
No, I'm trying to see if I can find any quotes.
Oh, and while you're doing that, let me I'm going to do some shout outs here for some folks on YouTube. Let's see. Oh, doggone. He's an actor and he's really amazing too. Let's see. New
Franklin podcast
podcast.
today. Got
This
moved
is
up today.
him.
I'm excited about it.
Look.
Been texting Frank back and forth today, and he's got a great show lined up, and I'm excited about joining him again and talking about some very timely topics that have to do with our freedom and the importance of the laws and the structure of our constitutional republic. So
That's right. And so this just goes to show you when conservatives have whites, blacks, Hispanics who are for conservatives, and so do Democrats and independents. And when they start going and they start trying to separate the races and going, well, conservative white people hate black people, or all conservatives hate, don't buy into the stupidness of people who want to separate us, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, independent, whatever you are, atheist, Christian, whatever, Muslim. It's America. We all have an opinion. We watch the shows we want to watch, and we don't watch the shows we don't want to watch. Stop buying into, I don't care if it's a Republican who tells you this, a Democrat, anybody who wants to steer you to hate another group is separating America, is just trying to push us into civil war. So why don't we just say we're a country with different thoughts, different people, we look different, a couple of weeks ago I had blonde hair, now I've got dark, you know what I mean? We all have differences. It's okay. Get over yourself. You don't have to be like me. I don't have to be like you. We can think differently and still coexist in this beautiful nation of ours.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of, these guys are good. They're brothers. And, it's a podcast. I'll put it up there. Let me see if you can see it. Whoa, is it not?
No,
it's not going to do. Yeah,
it's too bright.
And it went away. Where the hell did it go?
I don't know.
Jeez, get out of there. Okay, now there they are. I don't want that. I want. What the hell? Jeez. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce their name. Here they are. It's two brothers, and they are Trumpers.
Trumpers.
Yep, Trumpers.
I like that, Trumpers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a t-shirt. I'm a Trumper.
Yeah, do a t-shirt. That's right.
I can't wear it during the real estate.
We coined the phrase Trumpers.
Okay. I have a cold, guys, so
You can actually go
zoom out so I can go in.
American Trumpers. Okay, go blow your schnoz. Let's see, Trumpers, and just Trumpers, and so make up a whole pile of Trumpers.
Well, this Trumper is going to talk about published January 13th, 2023 at 1:30 p.m. Fox News, okay? So this is credit to Fox News for what I'm going to read. Jim Jordan launches first investigation as Judiciary Chair into Biden classified docs scandal.
Oh, good.
Probe comes one day after Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed a special counsel to look into the matter of Biden's classified documents.
Yeah, right. And we know where that's going to go.
So Fox had the exclusive apparently on this. And it said Jim Jordan's first investigation as chairman of the House Judiciary Committee will examine President Biden's mishandling of classified documents and the Justice Department's investigation. The investigation led by Jordan R. Ohio comes one day after Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed a special counsel to examine the matter. Former U.S. Attorney Robert Hur. The Justice Department escalated it into, I lost my, listen, these aren't my regular glasses, okay? So hold on. I read well until now. Hold on, where am I? Garland appointed a special counsel to examine the matter. Former U.S. Attorney Robert Hur. The Justice Department escalated it to a special counsel investigation from a mere review. Thursday, after a second stash of classified documents was found inside the garage of Biden's Wilmington. A second stash. I only know about one stash.
Yeah,
So
there was
wait
a
a
set. There
second.
were two stashes. There was
Two
one at the
stashes that they
college.
found.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
this
so
all?
there's-
Is this
so there's
Biden's only home? Should we go through all their homes, or
A-
maybe the FBI
Absolutely.
should hide in the bushes like they did at Trump's Mar-a-Lago, and when he's off and away from his vacation home, why
Mhm.
don't they just break in the windows and start looking into everything like they did
Yeah.
to Trump?
Exactly. What's
Because
fair
they
is
did that
fair.
to Trump, why not do
Yeah.
it to Biden?
That's right.
Or
And
Hillary Clinton,
it's worse
who
about
erased all the
Biden.
emails.
Yep.
33,000. So Biden says earlier today, the 5 seconds that I listened to it, I have to admit, I wasn't listening to a lot of stuff today. I was doing my own little thing. But Biden says, oh, I only had one box. Now you have two stashes, liar. Biden says, I only had one box.
Mhm.
And he says, and Trump had hundreds more, right? Trump had so many more. Well, how about the Clintons? Because
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton, who has a very big foundation, who a lot of very wealthy people give
Mhm.
to, right?
Yep.
Wealthy people give to, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
Her exclusive friends. She erased 33,000 emails.
Yeah, and she
And
didn't
she's
just
not in
erase them.
jail.
She didn't just erase them. She busted the hell out of the
Wait a second.
computer and
You
poured
have
acid
people-
on it.
Right. You have people like the Chrisleys Know Best is a show on TV.
Mm.
And they're a family, they're very religious, and they're a family who does everything together. And you see they're good, they're bad, they're chaotic, and they're fun
Mhm.
times. They're decent people who now have been, they've been convicted of crimes against the government, I guess, tax evasion and all that stuff. And I don't know too much about the entire conviction to talk about it.
Mhm.
But here it is. I don't think that they erased 33,000 emails from the government, but they're going to jail. The husband for 12 years. They're leaving their granddaughter, who's 8 or 9 or whatever she
Mhm.
is. She's
Mhm.
like young. And their kids, 2 of them are under 18.
Mhm.
The one daughter's going to adopt the other 2 so she could take care of them. And here's the thing. They're going to jail. Now, I'm not saying people shouldn't go to jail if they screw the government. I get that. That's,
Mhm.
it is what it is. Or I don't know what the story is, and you don't wish it on anybody, and you wish that everybody to do the right thing if they could, right? But
Mhm.
here's Hillary Clinton
I know.
and
It's terrible.
33,000. She's not in jail. Why
Yeah.
didn't the government put her in jail?
Yeah.
They put these 2 people
The whole lot of
who
them
don't
should
have
been
quite as
in
much money
prison.
as her in
Yep.
jail. And I'm not saying I don't know about that case. I'm just guessing. But
Mhm.
33,000 emails, emails that she was hiding from the government.
Mhm.
Nobody erases 33,000 emails unless they have to erase 33,000. 33,000 by mistake. I don't know. I'm guessing doesn't happen.
No.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it can. But here you have her 33. I want to say that again because I like that number. 33,000. Okay. I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican, whatever. you have to admit that she's hiding something, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't erase that
Absolutely.
many emails unless they're hiding
Absolutely.
something. But yet, Trump had hundreds, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now they just found a second stash for Biden.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
he have vacation homes? Does he have other cars that he hides classified
Yeah, probably.
paperwork in?
Yeah. I'm sure he
Government
does.
paperwork
I'm sure
that
he
has
probably
classified
does.
information on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People, get it together. 33,000.
Yep.
It's a lot.
Well, what the other thing they were trying to do today on one of the news channels was
I just gave myself a headache because when I think of Hillary Clinton, I get severe migraines.
Oh,
But yeah.
Yep, you're not alone there.
No.
There were some newscasters already saying that, gee, how convenient is it that all of a sudden these classified documents are showing up, you know, but actually they've been there since before the midterms. The one that was in the college office, and by the way, Joe Biden has never taught a college class in his whole entire life. He was an honorary member of the college and given an honorary office, but he was never an instructor at the college. He was never an honors student. He barely made it through college. So if you want to check that out, please feel free to go do the research on it and you'll find out the same. But yeah, they found 10 boxes, was it 10 documents, they say, 10 documents, classified documents in that office that had been there since he was vice president.
They didn't just find these two stashes.
No.
Listen to what else?
They've known about them.
No. But there's more. There's more in his office. Listen to this. We're conducting oversight of the Justice Department's actions. This is in respect to Biden.
Oh, good.
We are conducting oversight of the Justice Department's actions with respect to former Vice President Biden's mishandling of classified documents, including oh, he irritates me. I'm sorry, people. I feel sorry for him because all of a sudden he's with it. They must have given him some medication.
Yeah,
because he's been speaking more presidential.
Maybe he's the guinea pig for that new dementia or new
listen, I don't
Alzheimer's
wish
medication.
that on him. By the way,
yeah,
I don't wish him any harm. I do wish him good health. He's somebody's grandfather. No.
Yeah.
We don't go there. We don't go into evil.
Well, that's
somebody's
not,
grandfather, somebody's child. I don't
that's
like him
the
as a
good
person.
thing. That's the good thing. See, you have your opinion.
So it
and
says,
I have my
listen
opinion.
to this. Listen to this. It says, so, okay, not only classified documents, including the apparently unauthorized possession of classified material at the Washington, D.C. private office and in the garage of the Wilmington, Delaware residence. Jordan and Rep. Mike Johnson, RLA, wrote in a letter sent Friday to Garland. Okay. So wait. So he had more stuff in a private office, which is more than two stashes.
Oh, sure.
Here's the thing. You know, I'm sure that after or during, you know, presidents, vice presidents, they take things home. They might forget there's a box or two. I don't know how you forget about classified
see, here's the thing.
information.
Vice presidents are not allowed to have those.
Oh, Trump was a president, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Oh.
And he had every right to have those. And they were locked up and they were guarded.
Yeah.
Biden had his in an
in a
office.
car, Corvette.
Yeah. In his garage.
in his garage,
at his home,
where his grandchildren probably went in and sat in that
where his
Corvette.
drug addict son went in, you know, where who knows who came visit him at his house.
I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't. You know why I can't? Because I am so strong about Trump, because I have watched the Democrats try to kill this guy,
Yeah.
take him out.
Yeah.
Like,
They've tried
not
everything.
kill literally, but you guys know what I mean.
They literally
Okay?
did everything except
On such an
to
unhealthy,
physically kill him.
the
Absolutely.
same Hollywood that
Yeah.
loved him, loved him.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to be around him, get a little piece of the action. The same ones turned on him the moment he became president.
Yep.
But just like this.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
Schwarzenegger, by the way, got into politics, and nobody really went against him.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're smart enough to do it, why not, right?
That's right.
Trump did a lot for this country. He started to bring back jobs into this country. Before he even sat in office, he was turning the wheels for America to become independent from every other country.
Yep.
Name one president who did that.
Yep.
Maybe Reagan, because he was great.
Yeah.
But he was an actor. But he was a great president.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Do you get it?
Yep.
Because politicians who have been in office or all their lives or around other politicians aren't necessarily the best ones, right? The most scripted ones. Everybody kept complaining. Trump can't speak. He's not presidential. He talks like a truck driver. Well, let me tell you something. That truck driver knows how to make America run. He also knows how to bring jobs back into the country. Okay.
Yes.
So I would rather somebody who's not as scripted, or maybe doesn't say it as eloquently, who's not trying to screw me underneath all those eloquent words.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody's saying, oh, and he cheated on his wife. Yeah. Well, every president did. Okay. And so do a lot of men who aren't presidents or women. Okay. That's just the way of the world. We're an over-sexualized country where people can't get it together, and the family has been lost, and there's a lot of not keeping the unit together or the team together. Okay. But that's like become our culture, not being able to keep that. Listen, I've been divorced, so I'm not saying, nobody's perfect here. Cynthia and I don't have perfect lives. We get up every morning, we try to make it work as the best we can. But I got to tell you right now, the first divorce, it wasn't, I would have stayed even in a miserable marriage, unfortunately, but I would have stayed for the kids. Everybody knows that, including my priest. I wasn't happy, but I would have stayed for the kids. Didn't happen for me, didn't happen for my family. But what I'm saying is everybody's down on Trump because he cheated. Yeah, he did. But I don't give a shit that's his wife's problem. That's his family's thing to talk about. I don't care. Can he keep America great? Yeah. Can he keep America safe? Yeah. Does he know how to bring people to the table? Dangerous leaders.
Yeah.
People go, oh my God, he's talking to him. How can you be talking to him? This is a dictator. But you know what? You want to keep your enemies close. You want to know what the hell they're doing. You want to have those conversations so that we can keep our country safe.
Yep.
Get it together, people. Stop thinking about your affiliation and think about what's great for the greater good and America. Republican, Democrat, Independent, those are just titles. Those are names.
Yep.
Okay. But look at the individual. Okay. And Hollywood wanted him, loved him, and all of a sudden,
Yep.
Everybody hated him. Why? Give me a
They-
great reason
You know,
why you
uh,
hate him.
there's no great reason why they hated him. He was not a member of the crowd.
He was a member of the crowd before he became president. A very popular member of
Okay.
the crowd.
Yeah, but he wasn't a member of their political crowd. He wasn't
Exactly.
a member of their elitist political crowd, you know?
So then
So
let me ask you something.
They didn't like him
your
because he
opinion,
was
Cynthia.
tearing down the swamp. He was dumping the swamp. And to do
Oh
that,
yeah. He was
you
calling
know,
people out.
yeah, and they didn't like it. They saw him as somebody coming into their house,
Mhm.
intruding on their things that they've been doing for how many years? Decades, right?
So let me ask you a question. What do you think is the allure of Hillary Clinton? Like what gravitates this Hollywood crowd or anybody else towards Hillary Clinton?
You know, it has to do with how much money a person has, and what are you willing to do to continue that lifestyle? If the lifestyle is more important than the humanity, then you will do what is necessary to hold on to that life. It's an addiction. It's like any addiction. You know, you're gonna tell people what they want to hear, and the difference now is that what I see happening is that people are waking up. There are more people in our country that see what's that literally see what's happening. All this stuff that they put on Trump, the two impeachments, the Russia gate bullshit with Mueller. Mueller should be being sued by the country, and he should have to pay back that $44 million that he took off of our country, off of all of us taxpayers. You know, and I would be okay with that because it was all a show. They did literally everything they humanly could possibly think to do. I think they even had a hand in the George Floyd murder. It was just too obvious for me. And that created a turn of events that to this day continues to escalate. You know, I believe there's ways to make people aware of all the LGBTQ or whatever that is, but they have always existed.
Yeah.
There have been laws passed years ago that they can be married in public, you know. In Vegas, you could get married in Vegas. No matter who you are, where you from, what you look like, it doesn't matter. So, but my beef is with putting all of this onto the children. The children need to be saved, and parents need to stop doing what they're doing and allowing what they're allowing and start listening. And you know,
and a lot of
open your
that's the
ears.
breakdown of the family. I know nobody wants to see it, but the initial origin of everything, it starts with the family. You know, I always say to my
It
kids,
does.
the family is like, think of a team. you know? And America is so good at the team stuff, the sports stuff.
Yeah.
So why don't we go with what like people like get and understand? So a family is a team too. You know, if everybody who cheated in this nation or who did bad things to their family actually thought we're a team, right? My wife, my husband, or whether you're gay or whatever your home looks like. You say, I've got my kids, I've got this. We're a team.
Yeah.
If I kind of steer away from that team and jump ship and start playing for the other team, my team's going to break, right? There's going to, if somebody on a basketball team, I'm not going to name teams right now because I'm not into sports and I'm not that good at it, starts jumping over to the other team, their team is going to start to have a breakdown, right? They're going to start to lose points. If players start to jump ship and go to the other team, right? It's the same thing. When you steer away from your family or your children or you jump ship for whatever your reason is, that the team that you were on starts to lose power, right? And that's when you have divorces and other things happening.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing in our nation too. When somebody does something against the team that they're playing for, right? Whether that's the Republicans, the House, the Senate, whatever it is, there's going to be, and they start being deceptive, there's going to be a breakdown in that system, whatever that system looks like.
Yep.
And we are a nation that jumps ship a lot. We are people in there's a lot of things that we've accomplished in 2023, 2022, we've come a long way. People will say that all the time.
Yep.
But we have come a long way, but yet our very foundation is cracked.
Yes.
The good things that were around in 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, like where people actually thought about the family, right? A man, a woman, two men. I don't care what your family looks like. They thought, gee, I've got these kids at home. They've got them, and whatever problems we have, we're gonna fix because we're a family. That doesn't exist anymore. Now it's like a 20-minute.
It's pretty
system.
rare.
Oh my God, it's very rare. Oh, I don't like her. Oh my God, she's actually speaking, or he's actually speaking, or, oh no, that looks good. That newer model looks good because they don't talk that much. Where whatever you start to find, you always want a better version than what you have instead of fixing what you have.
Yeah.
You just want to look to something but do you understand what I'm saying? You keep running to something that's better and newer, or something that's better and fresher, or that hasn't put, that looks nicer because you're running away from your problems. We are a nation of running away from our problems. We are people who have become deceptive. We want everything to look pretty and shiny. And so when our stuff starts to get dull, instead of buffing it up, we run to the next best thing. So I want to discuss some of Trump's accomplishments, because I think that a lot of people don't. America gained during Trump's administration, right? Okay. Trump's administration accomplishments. That's what this is called. And this was in 2021. This was on the internet. This is historical material, frozen in time. The website no longer updated. So this is in 2021. They're not updating this website.
Okay.
I'm trying to see. Oh, and it's it's use.archives.gov.
Okay.
USE. I don't know why it's not USA, but it's USC. Sorry. Got it right here. Okay. USE.archives.gov. And they say, America gained 7 million new jobs, more than 3 times government expert projections. Okay, 7 million new jobs. Then they say middle-class family income increased nearly $6,000, more than 5 times the gains during the entire previous administration. The unemployment rate reached 3.5%, the lowest in a half a century. Archived 40 months in a row with more job openings than job hirings. More Americans reported being employed than ever before, nearly 160 million. 160 million is a lot of people more to be employed, right?
Yeah.
Jobless claims hit a nearly 50-year low. Jobless claims.
Yeah.
Jobless claims.
The
The number of people claiming unemployment insurance as a share of the population hit its lowest on the record. Incomes rose in every single metro area in the United States for the first time in nearly 3 decades. This is when Trump was in office.
Exactly.
Delivered a future of greater promise and opportunity for citizens of all backgrounds. And that means African Americans too, I'm pretty sure. That means Hispanics, right?
Yep.
Europeans, immigrants. And by the way, the cages that everybody was talking about,
built
where
by
they were holding
Obama.
children, were built by the Obama administration,
And
not
the
the Trump
videos
administration.
that
Those
they were
cages were
showing.
built for the very exact thing that happened to those immigrants.
Yep.
They were built for
videos-
that reason by another administration.
by the Obama administration.
Yeah.
And the videos that they were showing.
I mean, let's just go by facts, people.
Yeah.
Facts,
The videos-
facts.
the videos that they were showing were of the time of Obama.
Yeah.
So,
he lifted nearly 7 million people off of food stamps. Okay, so I'm going to go back to, we have like 80 videos up, by the way. People don't realize this. And I didn't always buy into buying views. Okay, this one I'm going to buy some views on. But back in one of our older videos, I had said, build a freaking wall. Why do we want a wall? Let's break it down for you people. I am a nice person usually.
yeah,
But I want to
all
break it
good,
down for
you
you
know?
why I think
I
it's
mean,
important to have a wall. It's
yeah.
important because we want to keep America safe from the very bad. Hi, sweetheart. My daughter's hugging me. Okay, I'm on live right now. So go.
It's all good. That's life.
I didn't want to have that conversation right now.
No,
So
but
here,
that's life.
let me just say why I think we need a
That's
wall.
what it's all
We need a wall
about.
to keep the bad people out. That's not, bad people are not Spanish people. Bad people are not Mexicans. I'm talking about the people who know that the borders are open there, that filter into Mexico from other countries that might want to harm us and want to infiltrate in America. That's why we want a wall. Then we want safe houses there, right? With some of the American guards. And as people are flowing in with children, whether they're Greek, they could be Greek like me, flowing into the border like children, they're met up by a guard that says, oh, hey, how you doing? Hi, yeah, I'm scared, I'm running, I'm being abused, whatever that looks like, you know. Okay, come on in, let's talk, right? They're met by an armed guard. Sit down, what's your story? Oh my God, we've got to help you. Okay, what we're gonna do is that your child? No, it's not, yes it is. Americans have a social security, but what we're going to do for you is we're going to give you a certain number, which is like a social security, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take your fingerprint, right? Because you're coming into our country. We're going to help you though, because we know you need help. Here's your fingerprint. Like an American, you commit a crime, you know, we'll know where to find you. And we're going to have certain housing for these immigrants. And we're going to say, listen, instead of keeping you on a system where you're having a baby every 5 years, we're going to put you on a system that for the next 5, let's say even 7 years, we're going to get you job training, childcare, house you, pay for your housing, right? At the end of maybe the 4th or 5th year, we're going to get you a job. You're going to get all this training. We're going to give you a job. We're going to pay for your rent, your childcare and everything, and your doctor bills and all that stuff, right? You're going to get a job. We're going to watch you for 2 years. Make sure that you're acclimated, that you've gotten educated enough to understand a couple American words. Then we're going to give you this housing. Then we're going to give you this job. We're going to stay with you for 2 years to make sure that you can keep the job so that you can pay your rent.
Yeah.
We're going to acclimate you slowly. And then you're like everybody else in this beautiful country of ours. You're on your own.
Yeah.
So nobody's saying Americans are cold. We want to help those who need it. But let's say now somebody comes through that border and meets the guard and they're here with ill intention, right?
Yep.
Well, then you got to turn your ass back. You got to walk right like back,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because you're here with ill intention in our country. Now, this is something I said maybe 75 videos ago that I didn't promote on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because all our views are promoted and every view out there for every other video on everybody else's channel is promoted.
Well,
okay.
Not all of our views are promoted.
No, not all of our views because we have, but the ones where we get 30,000, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, look at the videos that have 17 views.
Yeah.
Look at the videos that have 5 views because some of them are very informative. And there are things I have said during those videos back then.
Yep.
Okay?
And we have been censored. They did remove one of our videos.
They removed one video out of 80.
I went and looked at it.
Out of 80.
I went and looked at it. And I think that was when I was really, really angry and cussing a lot.
Don't be angry.
That was during COVID. And so yeah, I've worked very hard on myself and how I behave in a podcast. So I'm breathing, practicing what I preach. La, 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 la.
And by the way, there's something sometimes wrong. Well, we've discussed psychologists, psychiatrists, all such that are NCPS that are removing, and I don't have little children, so I can say this, I'm not afraid, where they're removing children from their parents because they're not allowing, we did that on the last video, I'm not going to get into it again, where they're allowing teachers and psychologists and psychiatrists to remove children because little Johnny or little Tina wants to change her sex before her frontal lobe is developed. And spankings are not allowed, but removing their genitals is, which is beyond me. Look at the last video. But what I'm saying is something's wrong with this country because they want to put a lot of people on antidepressants, which are needed. There are people who need antidepressants, and I get that. And in my family, we have that too. This is, however, I look at it this way. You used to be allowed to have emotion. Cynthia is saying she got angry. I see TikTok videos where people are actually killing other people and they're allowing those to go through. I report them, but seriously. And then a person who's passionate and gets angry over something that she's explaining why she feels justified in being angry, she's taken off, but whatever. But it used to be that you had something called emotions. So let me explain something to you. Years ago, I had been gaining all this weight, right? And this is all tied into emotions and doctors. So I was gaining all this weight and I couldn't understand. I wasn't eating a lot. I had an ex who was like horrible, like calling me fat and all this stuff, right? I was like, why am I gaining all this weight? Why am I gaining all this weight? So I go to this doctor on Madison Avenue. I'm not going to name the place, but on Madison Avenue. So a very high-end doctor. I'm the high-end doctor because back then, you know, I was on a different insurance. And he says, you know, you must be depressed. I'm a woman. He's a man. He's saying, I have a book. He wrote a book. He wanted me to buy the book from him on why I'm depressed. And it has to be your hormones. My hormones, and I'm depressed, and that's why I'm gaining all this weight. And I said, no. And for about 2 years, he's convincing me, well, are you depressed? I said, no, I'm not depressed. I'm sad. I knew enough to say I'm sad. I'm sad, but I have a sick father with cancer. I was going through, I had gone through a very bad divorce prior to that. I was a mother with 3 children. I needed to help them with certain things. I said, no. Some things make me sad, but that doesn't make me depressed. And he was sitting there trying to tell me, no, you're depressed and you have to buy my book. I didn't buy his book because I'm a very stubborn young lady. And I was like, I'm not buying your book. In my mind, I'm saying, screw you. Would you say this to a man? Right? No, he wouldn't say it to a man. But it's easy to say to a woman, oh, you're gaining weight, or you look like you've let yourself go. You're not looking as nice as you did 20 years ago when you were 20 years old, because that's the freaking society we live in now. Unless you're 20, you don't look good. So he was like, you have to be depressed. And I had to sit there and convince my doctor I'm not depressed. I am not depressed. I'm sad. Difference. Not jumping off of the building. And it's okay to be sad if you're going through a divorce. It's okay to be sick with reason if somebody's sick in your family. And it's also okay to cry. And so I used to live in a time when I was younger that it was okay to have emotion. Now if a woman cries, they want to give you a pill to get rid of the tears. You're not allowed to cry if you're a woman. Or if you're a man and you're gaining weight and you tell that same thing to the doctor, they will tell you something very different most of the time. Okay? Women, it's okay. So I was having a colonoscopy that year. Not my stupid doctor who wanted me to buy his stupid book to tell me how depressed I was, right? Depression and sadness are 2 different things, okay? So not that stupid doctor who was an MD medical doctor on Madison Avenue, right? Not him. But I said to the guy who was doing my colonoscopy, I said, listen, I'm gaining a lot of weight. Can you do some biopsies? And he did. I was afraid he was going to say, hey, no, I need permanent, you know. But he did. They did biopsies. And I had celiac disease. I went on a gluten-free diet and I lost a lot of weight. Now, in more recent years, they told me, oh, because cilia grows back. Cilia are the little kind of fibers in your tummy that help you digest things, right? I didn't have any. He told me they were all dead. So I was gaining all this weight because I was allergic to the gluten. And then I found out I was allergic to milk and all these other things. And so I had changed my diet for years and I was really, really thin. And then what happened was during the last couple of years, my cilia grew back. I started to cheat and I started to gain like water weight, what they call, right? Which is like soft, mushy weight. And then I started doing my gluten-free again and I started to feel better, not get sick. And so I'm starting to drop weight again. So, but what I'm saying is, you know your own body. I knew enough to say, you better freaking do the biopsies, because I've got this MD here who
Yeah.
thinks he's more intelligent than thou to tell me what's wrong with my body.
Mm-hmm.
Speak up for yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. I knew something wasn't right, right? So we live in a very entitled
Yeah.
time in our lives where
Yeah.
everybody has like a title. I'm an MD, I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah.
Nobody knows your body or your mind like you. Have a
Mhm.
voice is what I'm trying
Right.
to say.
Yeah.
Speak up.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And meanwhile, I'm telling everybody, I've found prayer. And yes, I'm not trying to judge anybody out there. Prayer is good, but I have
Yeah.
an opinion,
There's nothing wrong with that.
and there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
That's right. A lot of people pray,
A lot of people, I know,
and
it
in
was so
in a
good today.
in a
I felt so
variety
good
of
praying.
ways, and that's what makes
I gotta
America
close.
great.
Yeah, I know.
What makes America great is that, well,
Yeah.
There are, okay, so Schwab, I got to find out what his last name is. There's a
Who?
guy by the last name, his last name is Schwab, SCHW, S or SCHWAB, Schwab. Where is this him?
Schwab?
Schwab Klaus. Schwab
Charles
Klaus.
Schwab? No,
Klaus.
that's not him.
Klaus Schwab. He is the head of a
Klaus. KL.
yeah, KLAUS. That's his first name,
Okay.
Klaus Schwab.
He's
So-
the chairperson of the World Economic Forum.
Yes. And do you know what the World Economic Forum represents?
Schwab is a German engineer, economist, and founder of the World Economic Forum. He
Okay.
has
So
acted as the
the
WEF's
World Economic
chairman since founding the organization in 1971.
Okay, so the World
So go ahead.
Economic Forum, their intention is to have a world where only the elite get meat, get all the goodies, and they want to take away our right to around the globe. They want to make this global World Economic Forum, world being the key word here. So they want to let's see, they had him on the news the other night, just last night, it might have been just last night. His idea by the year 2030 is to have nobody eating meat, to get rid of all the cows, all the cattle, nobody eating meat. Or at least if you are eating meat,
Wow.
you'll only be allowed to have like maybe a couple of kilograms a year, per year. And so, yeah, they want to control humans around the world. That's the bottom line of it. They want to, at some point, their plan is to remove driving cars. So imagine a sci-fi movie. There's thousands of them out there, where we live in a future that's run by the elites, and all of us smaller folks just survive. They want to take away. They're already taking away farmland. They're already buying up farm. Gates and BlackRock, a company called BlackRock, is buying up properties around the globe. And Gates is buying up. Gates owns, what is it? Almost 300,000 acres in the United States. Gates has bought over 300,000 acres of farmland in this country. And BlackRock is doing the same.
Wow.
And so it's so that they will have that opportunity to shut things down. You're going to eat what I want you to eat, and that's going to be the end of it.
Well, that's where our country's going, into a socialist dictatorship.
Absolutely.
It's just, it is. I don't know if you heard this, and I didn't. Well, because I told you I was in like my peripheral happy mood today. My mother told me that Biden wants to get rid of gas stoves.
Yes.
And he wants to create. First of all, I was like, is he going to buy me my electric stove? I'd like to know if he's paying for the installment. Yeah. Because here's the thing. When does it end?
Yeah.
When does it end?
Yeah. And so the his wife, a photo op was done of her cooking on their gas stove.
But you know what?
And there's also a
full
photo
of ironies. So
there's also a photo op of Ocasio-Cortez cooking on her gas stove. So, yeah, it is, you know, shit's going to hit the fan.
Okay. And so for people who aren't sure, I'm going to show you, she's on her gas stove.
Yeah.
And you can see the little blue light there.
Yeah. The fire.
See the little
flame.
blue light? That's the fire.
Yep. That's
the ironies of the lies.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the other thing.
Hypocrisy.
I went to, and I'm tying this into this. I went to a movie with my son last night, and we saw the movie Megan. I like scary movies. My son likes scary movies. We went. And the whole theme of the story is that there's a woman. She works for a toy. She makes toys. And her sister dies with the husband. She takes the young girl in, their daughter. So the aunt is taking care of the niece. And she wants to make a babysitter. So the toy that she's really interested in making is this doll, Megan, who's supposed to be like this babysitter for you.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
And you tie into the doll by connecting with her. You put your two fingers on her palm, and then she gets a sense of your emotions. We're not so far off of that concept in our society. Because
absolutely.
They want to get the sports now. For sports, the people who call out, and again, I'm not a sports person, but the people who actually call out the game, right? Who wins, what? They want to now have robots doing that, right?
Yeah.
Get rid of the sports announcers and get these robots to announce everything and whatever, right? Saves them a lot of money, whatever. I don't really care. So now, how the in the movie, the doll who initially understands that the girl lost her parents and sympathizes with her and can actually send real feedback to her, right? And that's what these sports robots are going to do. They're going to send real feedback.
Yeah.
But in the movie, the doll or somebody who controls some of the programming of the doll corrupts the doll, or the doll starts to take on a new energy of her own, right? In her mind, those, because when you have a robot, you have to understand it can malfunction.
Absolutely.
We're becoming a very dangerous society. I always told my exes, be careful what you wish for, like my first ex, forget my second. I was married twice, and not again. But my second, is not even going to be discussed on this show because not a worthy human being of discussing. My first, I used to say, be careful what you wish for. And I've said that to a couple of people in my life. Be careful what you wish for. I say that to myself all the time too. Watch your mind, because the things that you can actually think you want, you might not want.
Mm-hmm.
You got it? And so when you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you want these robots and these manufactured robots to have emotions or to be able to talk in real time, when you're giving them that kind of power, you also realize they're not actual human beings, right? You could say, oh my God, I misspoke. Well, oh my God, I did that. That was a bad thing. That have a conscience and a mind and a guilt to know what's right and what's wrong in this, in yourself, right? I do 100 things wrong. I wake up in the morning and I say, you know what? That wasn't right. I talked to Cynthia badly, or I did something that was wrong. I had a fight with my parents, or I had a fight with somebody, and I go, but I have a conscience, and I can say, and I want to sleep at night, so I go, that wasn't right. I got to make this right, right? As a human being, you can do that.
Yep.
But as a robot, if you malfunction, you don't have a conscience. You don't know right from wrong.
No.
You can't go and talk to God and say, God, help me through this. Jesus, take the wheel. You can't say that.
Yeah.
It's a robot, and it can malfunction. And we're living in a society that if we give these things so much power, that they might malfunction and do more harm on society. What's going to happen next? We're going to have these robots going to war for us. So in theory,
absolutely.
It'll be, wait. In theory, it'll be no bloodshed, right? They're robots. They'll go to war for us. They'll win the war for us. But in theory, what if those same robots turn on society? What if we get so overpowered in the next 30, 40, 50 years where we become extinct because of the inability to realize that sometimes maybe we've gone too far with wanting to become the world's greatest country that invented these robots, or that with technology. We want to be the best in technology. We're going to show you, we're going to make a robot that's just like a human, that can talk, that can do this, that can go to war for us. We're saving millions of people. But are we? Or are we creating such a very dangerous society where we want to control the outcome of every single organism and idea, and the scope of wanting to have be the most powerful, right? Where does it end? Where do our egos decide to take a break? Maybe there is a limit to technology.
Yeah.
Maybe there needs to be a step back and saying, we've invented as much as we need to invent now. We need to stop and just live.
Yeah.
Because there was a time in life where we didn't have cars and we didn't have telephones, but we had life.
Yep.
And the more advanced we become, the more, in my opinion, where I see the generations going, maybe not in my lifetime, my grandchildren's lifetime, that we will become extinct because of people's egos and the inability to reason. Palestine and Israel are not reasoning well, in my opinion.
Yep.
They're selfish. They
Mhm.
each want everything. And what's happening is they're killing off their children at that expense.
Yep.
At some point, not only them, all countries that go to war,
Mhm.
instead of saying Muslims, Christians, blacks, whites, people of different colors, Asians, whatever, Greeks, Italians, that we're all people, right?
Mhm.
We were all made in his image. I say his because that's my religion. You could believe whatever you want, Mother Earth. But we're made something made us. I don't believe we came out of the rocks. Okay? I just don't. Something made us, and you know, we have to, oh, I'm sorry. I had to get this off my table. We have to at some point stop and say, it's enough, no more technology, no more this, we're just going to live. I give
Mhm.
Cynthia the floor. Go ahead.
Well, I was just looking at this, talking about AI, artificial intelligence,
Right.
robots. So I had heard, like probably last month on the news about police robots in California.
Okay.
Okay. So now the latest that I had heard was that these cop robots are going to be set up, authorized to kill in California. So on YouTube, it's Law and
Oh my
Crime
God.
Network. And the title is Cop Controlled Robots Authorized to Kill in San Francisco, California. Cop controlled robots. Unbelievable. So, and now, and they've also got these ones that walk like, they're like dogs, walk like dogs. Here they are. Yeah.
You know why they're getting cop-controlled robots, Cynthia? Do you want to know why?
Yeah. Because there's
Because
no more
cops are
cops.
walking off the jobs.
Yeah.
There are
Hundreds
no
of
cops,
them have
right?
left. Yeah.
Why would a
So let's
cop
see.
want to be, and not, yeah. Oh my God.
Let
Oh
me
my
see
God.
if I-
Oh my God. Okay, here I go. You got me upset. Why?
Can you see
Oh
that?
my God. Oh, I'm having a migraine.
That's
I'm having a migraine.
that's a police robot.
Wait. Rewind. Okay. Let's go back to the ABCs. More good cops than bad cops. More
Yeah.
good blacks than bad blacks. More good whites than bad whites. You want a policed nation. Why? Are there some cops that have totally allowed their power to take over them? Sure. Obviously, yes, there are bad cops. Few. More cops are good.
Mhm.
Damn it. And they need our respect. Because I'm going to tell you, be careful what you wish for, America.
Mhm.
You will get it.
Yep. Yeah.
An uncivilized nation, we will go backwards instead of forward.
Yep.
Has a cop ever stopped me? Of course they stopped me in my car and gave me a ticket.
Mhm.
For a mere second do I go, damn it, you could have let me go. Wasn't doing anything that wrong. Went 10 miles over the speed limit. To you, yeah, maybe when the cop walks away, I don't do that to his face. But on the other hand, America, these freaking cops go out there every day with bulletproof vests, saving your ass, black, white, Asian, whoever. And they have to be afraid, and their families have to be afraid that they're not going to come home that day.
Yeah.
Are some of them prejudiced? Sure. Small amount are prejudiced. The majority don't want to kill somebody. The majority don't want to get into conflict. They got children, they got wives, they got husbands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? They got significant others.
Mm-hmm.
They got families. They want to go home. Fucking respect your cops. This show, by the way, isn't for kids. Respect them. And
Right.
the cops have to respect blacks, whites, people, Asians. Yeah, the cops need training. They
Yep.
need training to respect people. They need training to see when somebody's in distress.
Yep.
And should they have compassion? Absolutely. By the way, nobody should have been, Floyd should have never been held down on the neck and killed the way he was killed. And he was killed.
Mm-hmm.
And those cops suffered the consequences of their actions.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I'm not going to get into it, maybe some of those people who didn't deserve to die at the hands of cops also committed crimes that they shouldn't have committed, like holding a knife to a pregnant woman's stomach
Mm-hmm.
and making her feel that her baby was going to be ripped out of her.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that was a bad thing too. So why don't we do our research on things? However, Floyd should have never died, not
Mm-hmm.
at the hands of cops who are supposed to be protecting us
Yeah.
all.
Yep.
But few cops
Mhm.
are prejudiced.
Mm-hmm.
Few cops do things that are unjust.
Yep.
The majority of cops go out there every day to save your
Mhm.
ass. Go out there every day to knock down doors to make sure that your children are safe. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Yep.
I respect my cops. Are there
Yep.
cops I don't like? Absolutely. I'm sure that there are cops I don't like. Are there cops that have allowed their power to get to them? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Are the majority of cops good? Yes. And I want to live in a police nation. I'm sorry, because this
Yeah.
country has gone off its rocker, completely off its rocker.
Yep. Yep.
When you're
Lucy.
allowing the things that we allow in this society,
There's a good girl.
and we're talking about Trump
Yeah.
having
I
classified,
know.
I'm sure every president has classified stuff
Mm.
in their homes. Okay?
Yep.
And every president that left office probably has something left over.
Yep.
Shouldn't.
Absolutely.
There should be a law saying, hey, at the
Yep.
end of your administration, first of all, if you're taking something out, even if you're the freaking president, you should have to sign that out.
Yeah.
I'm signing it out that I'm taking this document. And then it should be signed back in. And then
Yeah.
at the end of your administration, you bring all that shit back. Just saying. I'm
Yeah.
a little passionate, but just saying. And by the way, I just want to throw this out. It has nothing to do with this. So there was a lovely relative of mine who called up another lovely relative of mine. I hope you're watching. And decided to ask questions about me. Yeah, see, here I am. So if you got any questions, Sonny, come and ask me. If you really care how I'm doing, come and ask me. I really don't like people like that, right? Who have skeletons in their closets and people talk about them, but they have to go looking out and like searching out for other people's stuff. Ask me. I'll tell you. I'm not shy. I used to be. Like, me and Cynthia have come a long way, and this is all joking aside. It's taken me years to have a voice, years not to be stifled,
Mhm.
and years not to take the abuse that I was too afraid to go to the cops. But so if you are being abused, and I remember one person hit me once, and they said, please don't go to the cops because I have a license. And if I lose my license, I won't be able to do A, B, and C. And I didn't go to the cops. And I covered up a black eye. And I didn't go to the cops, right? Because somebody had a license. So what I'm saying is, if you are being abused, you can find your voice like me and Cynthia have. And obviously I'm feeling a little comfortable with my voice these days. But if you are, I want you to first trust your cops. I don't care if you're Black, white, Hispanic, Greek, Italian, whatever you are. Trust your cops. Because I'm going to go as far as saying 98% of them are real good apples. They will sit you down. They will protect you. Okay? And if there's a cop you don't like, and I've met cops I don't like, then you say, I want somebody else, because this person obviously doesn't hear me.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're a woman and you're not feeling comfortable with a man, go to one. I have no problem with male cops. In fact, one of the male cops that helped me, I don't know if I should say his name on this show, so I won't, but he was probably the best person I ever met, because he was recognizing things I wasn't even ready to admit.
Mm-hmm.
And his first name was Peter, and that's all I'll say. He was a great, great, great cop, a great detective. Okay, good person. And I don't think he would have treated me any different if I was Black. Okay, so we have to, in a society, stop looking at each other as colors and realize we're all people. In this entire world, we're all people. Okay, so we need to start treating each other as people. And you know what? Cops are people too. And cops have families. Stop chasing them away and let them do their freaking job.
Mm-hmm.
And the bad ones, the horrible ones that are very few, the good ones will get them out, because they're not going to want the bad reputation anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry, you know. So yeah, there's good and there's bad Greek people, there's good Greek people, there's good Jews, there's bad Jews. Okay, just because you don't like a Jewish people, one Jewish person, doesn't mean you're an anti-Semite, right? Just because you don't like a Greek person, one Greek person, doesn't mean you hate all the other Greeks. We're human. There are people we like, there are people we dislike.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever wish them ill, because that shit will come boomerang right back to you. I believe in it. Don't wish people harm, even your enemies. Pray for your enemies. I pray for my enemies every single day. I don't need to prove it to you. God hears me. Okay. So I pray for them. Okay. Not that I want to invite them over or have them over for dinner, but because I know karma, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know in my religion, they're like, oh, don't say that word, but whatever it is, when you wish ill on somebody else, it comes right back for you and bites you in the ass. So let's start treating each other with decency and kindness. Okay? You can get mad. You may not like what somebody says. You might not even like a cop. Okay? But that doesn't mean that all cops are bad. Okay? Cops are good. And I'm going to say it every freaking show. Stop chasing our cops away, because I'm going to tell you, if you need a cop, they're not going to be there one day.
That's right.
And go ahead with your shotgun and
Right.
shoot somebody by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a mistake. Maybe you're not trained.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that maybe you shot the wrong person. You protected yourself against the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is the majority of them are trained and know, and they're learning. They're not perfect, but
Yep.
don't chase them away. God, sorry, God, but you know what I'm saying. Stop it. Well, let me tell you something about this lady, and I'm going to promote her stuff again. She's got she wakes up in the morning and it's not like she's just sitting there brushing her hair. Okay. Lovely hair, but that's not
Thank
just
you.
what you're doing. She's got Stony Acres. Woo, woo. She's working on the
Thank you.
website. So that'll come to you. And that's all her jerkies, her food. And by the way, she grows everything. She hunts. She does her own jerkies. It's her own meat. Everything she does is organic. Okay.
Yep.
Not only that, for birthday parties, woo, woo, she'll get that up soon. She makes these great chocolates, like high heels and whatever you want. She can do it. For the holidays and stuff, but I'm sure she'll put all that up. So Stony Acres is her company. And she works really hard. She jars her own, she pickles her own food. She jars it, she stores it for the winter. She can tell you how to preserve food. Maybe we'll do a show on that one day where she shows you how she does everything.
Mhm.
I mean, she's a very busy woman, but she's busy with authentically real things that she produces. She produces good things for society. So we're going to share those things with you one day, and we should do a whole show on how Cynthia goes through her day and what that looks like, and seeing her pantry and how she pickles things and how she does things, because it's fascinating when she shares it with me. So,
Okay. Yeah, that'd be fun. Thank you.
you-
So, and if you're looking for a home in Connecticut or New York, look up Maria Mikolos.
I'm your girl.
She's an awesome, awesome realtor. She
Thank
helps
you.
you to see what is not there.
Yeah.
She
I'm good at
helps you
that.
to see potential,
Yeah.
what you can do. So she builds that dream. She helps build that dream.
I
for
was
you.
actually talking, I can't give away my lead, who's now becoming my hopefully client. But I was talking to this woman today, and she started out as a lead. We had a really wonderful conversation. But the one thing I did share with her is I don't like, my parents helped me and everything like that. My parents helped my sister. They've always helped us. So
Mhm, mhm.
since I was a little girl, we never
Yeah.
had to worry for anything. They're probably the best people in the world that I know. The most
Wonderful family.
giving, and sometimes the most giving
Yep.
are the least appreciated. But anyway, I was telling her how I do this because I love it. Like,
Mhm.
I know my father would, help me, but I do it because I love it, right? I've had a
Yep.
really great life. I've been very,
Yep.
I've had 10 years that were very bad with somebody, but that's not my entire life. I'm 54
Yeah.
years old. Okay.
Yeah.
So I look to the good years I had growing up with
Mhm,
my parents
mhm.
and after my 10-year relationship.
Yeah.
And I was telling her, I didn't tell her that part, but I did tell her how I love the business. And
Mhm.
obviously I want to get paid. Hey,
Right.
like people go, oh, you want a commission? Like I've heard people say that to me, like, oh, you're only in it for the commission.
Yeah.
Well, when you go to work, aren't you only in it for your hourly wage? Aren't you only in it so you can get paid by the hour?
Yep.
Guess what? I've worked with one couple for 2 years before they bought a home for me. And I didn't get paid for those 2 years until they bought a home,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
I worked with another couple last year, who didn't buy a home for a year from me. So
Yeah.
I'm not getting paid by the hour. So
Right.
yeah, I'd like a commission, but that's not why I'm in it. I like working with good people and I love helping them.
Mhm.
And I'm good at what I do, negotiations and stuff. And I'm not being conceited. I really
No.
like it.
Yeah.
I've been helping my parents on their project right now. And I love that too. But So yeah, so I'm New York State, Connecticut, licensed, and would love to help you. And even if it's
Awesome.
out of state, in Florida, I know lots of agents, and Keller Williams goes beyond. They go into Europe also. They have offices
Yep.
in Athens and in other parts of the world, and so I can hook you up wherever you are.
Yep.
Just like say.
And I will post that link either, I'll put that link, post her card at the end of the video.
Thank you, my friend.
You're very welcome. You're very
I
good.
appreciate that.
Very good, really.
Oh, and I do life coach, and so does Cynthia. So if anybody on here, I know our show is usually geared to women. We'd like to focus on that too. If I only do women, Cynthia does men and women. So if you're a male and you feel you need somebody to talk to, I'm really not the person because I just feel at this stage, because of certain circumstances, I feel more comfortable helping women, and that's what my life coach clients are. But for men and women, Cynthia also does it. So both of us do life coach. And if you are somebody who needs somebody to talk to, reach out. In the comments, you can say, how do we get in touch with you? And then we'll send you a link on how to get in touch with either Cynthia or me.
Right.
You know, so don't, you know, if you need someone to talk to, we are here. We're going to link the suicide hotline at the bottom.
Yep.
Which is all people.
Correct.
If you're in a bad
It's a
place.
it's a national hotline.
I was in a bad place for 10 years. And probably more than that, but we won't talk about it. But 10 years, horrible. I thought I could never talk to anyone. I didn't want to go to the cops. I wanted to keep up making people feel that I was okay when I wasn't. I got them through school, even during my hard times, even when they were in college, I can help them. But I was hiding, you know, hiding my bruises, hiding, you know, doing things not to allow people to see what was going on with me. And that could have ended up dangerous for me. And it could end up dangerous for one of the people out there we're talking to. So if you're in that dark place that you feel that you're never going to see like a light, you will.
Yep.
You will. And you have to say that mantra to yourself every day. I am get through this. I am. Even when you think you can't, just say it. I am. I am. I am. Reach out to one of us. If we don't feel that we feel maybe it's beyond our scope, we will help you to find somebody or to connect you with somebody. Go to a cop, go to a neighbor, go to a friend, go somewhere and have a conversation. You know, I'm sure at some point Cynthia was afraid at some point to say her story, and so was I. But if we can help somebody out there not be afraid, then, you know, we're going to link the hotline for the suicide. And again, you can reach out to us on the comment. You don't have to tell us anything personal. Just say, how do I get in touch with you? Cynthia, I'm a man. I'd like to try. I know Maria doesn't life coach men, but you do. Can I call you? Everything is remote, by the way. We don't meet up with people. So I'll never meet you in a coffee shop, and I'll never meet you. It's remote. Okay, for me at least.
Yes, here
I'm
too.
solely, and that is for your safety, my safety, and everybody's safety. Okay. And again, we can have those discussions when we hear from you. You want to talk about the comments and keeping it clean, or you want to?
Well, you know, comments are good. They help us to understand where your opinions lie. Be gracious, and you know, if you are being really ugly, then you'll be blocked. We don't do second chances on that. You know, we're not gonna play patty cake, and we're not gonna kiss your ass. We're just gonna say, see ya.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the thing with me and Cynthia. There was a time, and I'm not talking about 20 years ago. I'm talking about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago,
Mhm.
where I was not, even around certain people, I was like silent.
Mhm.
I just shut down. And so it's taken us a long time to get to this point where we can joke and we can get to the point where we're, you know, that's why we know how to help people, because we've been there.
Mhm.
We've both been there.
Yep.
And we know how to help you if you need it. But there was a time we shut, and now we're, you know, shouting it loud and clear. There's nothing you can't get through.
Mhm.
Keep your mind strong and keep telling yourself, there are people who care about me.
Yep.
You know, and believe me, cops care about you. And go to them. And if you find one that doesn't, ask for another one. You do not have to talk to the one they give you.
Yeah.
You can say, I'm not comfortable anymore. I would like a man or a woman or somebody else.
Mhm.
And get that, and don't be afraid of, as long as in your heart you know you're not doing anything stupid.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, women out there, and I've seen this in the courts, if your man cheats, that's horrible. That's not nice. I've been cheated on. You don't take them to court for cheating on you. Okay? Sorry. If a woman cheats, man doesn't, you know, it happens. Move out of the relationship and move on to somebody else. But if you are seriously being abused, you need to go and seek somebody who's going to help elevate you in life and give you a voice. So you can tell us off and tell us what you don't like about us. Okay? It's okay to have an opinion. And you have a right as a human being, forget as an American, as a human being, to be able to speak up for yourself
Mhm.
and have an opinion. And you might not feel strong now, but I guarantee you, if you make that first step and you talk to somebody, you will get to the point where you do have an opinion and you do count. You count if you're a Democrat, you count if you're an independent, you count if you're a Republican, you count if you're a Muslim, if you're a Christian. You count because you're born. You count because you're a good person and you deserve to smile and have a good day.
Mhm.
Okay? And
Yep.
you know, so, but don't be stupid. I've been in court. It's not a fun place, whether you're going through a divorce or whether you're there for a protective order or restraining order or whatever. There's nothing fun about it. And there's, you know, don't be a stupid person. You know, tell the truth. But if you're there just to be vindictive,
Mhm.
then you need therapy. That's a different kind of psychiatrist, psychologist, and different medication. Okay, get over yourself, don't have an ego. But if you're there because you need help, Cynthia is a great person. If you're a man, she's a really good person. She's helped a lot of people. She's helped a lot of couples. You know, unfortunately, I only take women, but Cynthia can do couple therapy too. She's very good. Okay, so you have an outlet, we're giving you one. Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
You're very welcome,
And
because you are.
and you are becoming that.
Yeah,
So the more you work with people, the more you work with these women who are seeking help, it just gets more and more amazing. It's really,
yeah.
we help each other so much.
You know, I think for the both of us, we've become very strong women.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And And that we're just prime examples of, it wasn't like we came out of medical school or we got a psychology degree and
Yeah.
now we're going to go help people where we've never experienced their pain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not knocking doctors, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking science.
Right.
That's a glorified in its own right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe, just like somebody says, I'm Black, you can't understand what I've been through because you're white, or I'm Greek, you don't understand my culture because you're Asian. Everybody can say that. We all have
Yeah.
something. Oh, I'm a brunette, so you don't understand me because you're blonde. It's different.
Yeah.
It's very hard to understand
Mm-hmm.
what somebody's gone through in abuse.
Yeah.
Unless you've lived it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a life-changing experience.
Absolutely.
And then you learn how to live.
So
Absolutely.
remember, whether we do a show on politics or we do a show on dogs or we talk about Cynthia's property and taking hikes at your own risk, whether we're doing things like that, we'll always bring it back and say, you count, you have a voice, men, women, children, you use your voice. You count, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, use your voice, but use it with respect to a conversation,
Yes. Yes. Okay. So we're glad that you were able to take time out to check us out, our show tonight.
Yep.
And have a exciting, wonderful, safe weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us here at home with Maria, Cynthia and Maria. And remember to click like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell for notifications. Take care, everybody. God bless. Love you.
Love you.
I will get this out in the morning. It's late.
She says that because
it's
I bug
later
her all
there.
night.
It's later there. She's an hour. Maria's an hour ahead of me. So for me, it's up just a couple of minutes before midnight. So this old lady is just starting to.
Young lady.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah, I'm young here. Body is creeping up on me.
Now all of us.
Yep. So
No.
good show tonight. It was a lot of fun. And we'll talk again. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye. Love you.
Love you. And I got to find a thing.
I'm signing off.
Signing off.